everyone.
Hello, hello. Good morning, Chris.
Yes.
It's so good to be here with you today.
Oh my goodness. You know, for those of you who follow Sewing and Embroidery Club, you're going to get a double whammy of this lady today.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
No, it's all good. We love Sandra around here, don't we?
Yeah.
We hope you had a wonderful 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
Did you have a good weekend?
Celebrated. It was great.
Yes.
It was great. Yeah.
It was. And there were fireworks all across the valley.
Yeah.
For 3 days in a row.
Yeah, they started
like on
Friday.
Yep, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, they were everywhere.
And then yesterday too. So kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful. So oh my goodness, it's great to be with all of you. We hope you had a wonderful and safe holiday, and it's great to be back for Embroidery Club. You can see I'm missing my cohort in crime. She's off to new things, so she's out in Ohio. For those of you who are out there and want to follow her, she's now working out at Quilt Beginnings in Dublin.
Oh, fun.
So, yes,
fun for her.
I know.
Well, you had a good weekend or a good week last week with her.
Yeah,
spend
got
a few
to
days.
spend a few days with her in Ohio. So
Good.
it was
Awesome.
good. But I'm so happy to have Sandra here with me. She's amazing, and we're going to do this together. So are you guys excited about this month's Fill in the Blank?
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. I love this one. This has probably got to be one of my favorites.
I think so too. In fact, I was talking to Jess last night on the phone, and she said, Mom, I ordered 2 of these. And she said, I think it is my favorite fill in the blank that has been out.
I do too.
So
yeah.
Lots and lots of possibilities with this one, my friends.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
I thought, you don't even have to put it on both sides. You could put it up the middle. You could put it sideways, across it. You could do so much with it.
I can think about, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking how pretty this would be in fall colors.
Oh, yes.
Like a rust orange, a sage green, maybe some dark grays. I think this could be beautiful for autumn.
Yes.
Think beyond just the red, white, and bloom.
Oh, yeah,
right
no
here.
kidding, no kidding.
And but this is something that's going to go out on my porch all summer long. In fact, I do have some photos to show you today. If Nicole can bring those up, I put it out on my porch. I got it done just in the nick of time for this weekend, and had these out on the bench. Let's see, we're gonna pull this. Oh, there we go.
Oh my goodness.
That
is so awesome.
I know, it just gives such a summery feel to the porch. I just love it. It really adds quite a bit there.
Yeah.
So kind of fun.
I just think this is awesome, and I know Kimberbell will probably be coming out with more blanks besides just this one.
Oh, most definitely. Yes. This is just the beginning, for sure.
I think so too. There'll be a lot more out there and a lot more colors, and so just think of what you can do with this.
I know, really fun. And Sue asked, Chris, could you explain the Kimberbell clear blue tiles? I will be explaining a little bit more of what I know today.
Yeah.
So we've been given a little bit of information, taking some pre-orders, and what I know is pretty exciting. Yeah. So I will definitely share with that with you today. We'll kind of go over some other things while we're doing some stitch outs, while we're doing some cutting around the appliques, so that we can keep things flowing around here. So for those of you who are new to Embroidery Club, welcome. We're glad you're here.
Welcome, welcome. This is a fun one.
It is, and this is something we do on the first Tuesday of every month, which is kind of weird that we're into July 6th and we're finally on a Tuesday, right?
Well, yeah, because July was started on Thursday. So
yep. So the first Tuesday of every month at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, we have Embroidery Club. At 11 a.m. Mountain Time, we have Sewing Club. And the nice thing about the Kimberbell Fill in the Blank is that this year it was for both sewists and embroiderers. So you kind of,
it's been kind of nice.
Yeah, no matter what kind of machine you have, everyone can do these fun projects. So what we're going to do is we're going to take you step by step of how this works. And I decided that, this has two sides to it, right? We're gonna just go through one side.
Yeah, because the other side's the same thing.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's no need to go through both sides, but we will show you the proper way to hoop this. We'll talk to you about some of the things that we learned going through here, because we did learn, you know, a few things that were really important.
I've learned.
Yeah,
I've learned
absolutely.
on it.
Every time I do something, I go, oh, okay, I think I want to do this time, or this differently this time. So we're going to share that with you today and get you excited about making your own pillow. So,
but a little bit about what fill in the blank is that you buy the blank, which in this case is.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, we just went blank.
Yeah, we did.
We just went blank.
No.
Anyway, you buy the blank, which is the pillow form this month, and then you get an automatic download, which includes the design, which is the design.
Yep.
We have what we call the Go With It kits.
Yes.
And in that Go With It kit is the fabric and the buttons, in this case, for that design. So depending on what we're doing that month, you will get something different every time with your Go With It kit.
Yep, exactly.
So it's really fun. It's, you know, you get the blank and you get the Go With It kit and you're all set to go, and you have everything you need except for your stabilizers.
I was glad I had a Go With It kit on this.
I was too.
I was like, oh, this is so wonderful. I've got everything I need right here, and I can just embroider. It was so much fun.
It was just very easy. So it makes it nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing that you're going to need when doing this is the proper stabilizer. And on this one, we use the Kimberbell sticky back wash away. That's a mouthful, right?
Yes, it is.
Sticky back wash away. And I just have my little slap band around it. I don't have the full package because I've been using this stuff. I love it.
Yes.
Don't you love this?
I do.
It's the sticky back wash away is a little bit different than a normal wash away. Okay, it's a little bit different because the sticky back wash away is more of a mesh.
Yes.
Like, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and so actually it can wash away afterwards with some water. So that's the one we used. If you don't have sticky back wash away, just using a sticky back will be fine too.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, because I mean, think about it. Are you really going to wash this pillow that much?
No.
And is it going to matter?
No,
yeah,
I don't think so.
I agree.
So either one, you know, I love the sticky back wash away, but if you don't have it, I don't want you to fret and go, oh no, I can't do this project. Use the sticky back. So.
Yeah, and I would think though too, if you don't have a sticky back, you could use like a mesh, but you would have to make sure and put your pillow form in your hoop. I mean, you wouldn't hoop your pillow form because it's pretty heavy.
No, you're not going to hoop it.
So you would definitely want to make sure you pinned it down or use a spray adhesive.
Yep, use a 505 spray.
Spray adhesive,
and you're going to float it on top of the hoop.
So, you know, you have lots of options. However, this is the best.
It is. Agreed.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love it. Love sticky back. So you have some wonderful instructions. You know, Kimberbell does it absolutely right with the best instructions out there. It's gonna take you step by step on how to do all of this. So what you'll do first is we're gonna hoop our sticky back wash away stabilizer in. We're gonna do the 6x10 size today.
Yes.
There are 2 sizes included in your files. We're also going to prepare our fabrics, and so I'll get this hooped up, and I will have Sandra explain how to prepare the fabrics with the fusible backing.
Right.
Okay.
On the fusible backing, the only one you're going to use any fusible backing on is the white fabric. So if you're choosing to use any white fabric on any of your flowers, which is included in the Go With It kit, you would use your fusible backing on that. And you will need 2 pieces that are 2.5 by 2.5, and then also 2 pieces and that's for both sides. So for one side, you'd only use 1 piece. But however, and then 2 pieces that are 3 by 4. So I've got those all While Chris is doing that, I've got those all ready, and I'm going to go ahead and iron those on. So Chris, explain how you did that sticky back.
Okay, so what you can see here is I actually hooped the sticky back with the plastic side on. Now, for those of you who have been following me for a while, when it comes to sticky back, what I normally will do is I will actually peel back the sticky back as a sticker, put it on the bottom, and then actually place my entire hoop over top. However, this time I'm not doing that, and the reason why is because I am using a wash away sticky back, and this has more of a mesh feel, and so it gets really sticky on the hoop. Now, a regular sticky back you're not going to have any problems. You just peel it off, is pretty easy. But this time I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. I just made sure to loosen my hoop screw quite a bit so that I didn't have to struggle, and I put this right down. So what I'm going to do now is I have to score this. And I forgot to grab some little pair of scissors. Let's see.
You could use your
I could use
seam ripper.
Oh, my seam ripper. Where's that? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Good idea. Good idea. Okay, and I'm just going to score this, making sure that you don't go all the way through. That's one of the reasons why I like doing it the other way, is because I'm always afraid I'm going to go all the way through. But I did okay this time.
I've gone all the way through on a couple places. I will say that.
Yep. There we go. So all I did was I scored an X in it. Some people like to score all the way around. I don't know. You do you.
It tears really well around the outside edge of the hoop. So I didn't score all the way around either.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so what this does is it reveals a very sticky, can you hear that? Very sticky right there, which is wonderful. Okay, gonna toss that in the garbage. All right, and I'm gonna just tighten the screw.
Yeah, and you want to make sure it's fairly
snug,
because you don't want to.
Here's another idea for you guys, and I don't have these with me. I have them in my home sewing room, but I should have brought them with me. Sometimes, here's a little tip. If you are having trouble with, like, the hoop is wanting to pop out because it just can't seem to get, it's a little slippery here, right? What you could do is place like a T-pin. You know what a T-pin is, Sandra?
I do.
And it's just this, like a straight pin with a T. You can find them in the office section of, like, the stores. And I just will place a couple T-pins in there. Have you ever done that?
I haven't.
And that will actually just kind of keep things nice and snug. I'm just feeling like, yeah, this is just still a little bit more loose than I want it to be. But I'm going to get it in there. It will be fine. But if you have that issue, try a T-pin or even a little piece of, like, double-sided tape in there. Again, it just is to hold it nice and snug. Vicki, the stabilizer we're using today is a wash away sticky back. Okay, so with that now being placed in there, we are going to use the 4x4 crosshairs. Okay, so let's come over to the machine and find our centering. Let's see. I'm gonna come over here real quick. Okay, our 4x4 centering crosshairs. Because what that does is it's going to, you know, let's change our thread
to a different color.
Yep. So that they can see it a little bit better. I'm gonna just push this hoop in, and I'm going to place my hand on the back of where that carriage is. Just, I don't want it to move at all as I place that in. There. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to use a green thread actually to start out with, for the reason being that that's actually going to be the first. Yeah, that one's fine.
Let's do this one.
Perfect. This is going to be the first thread color that actually shows. Oh, okay. So question: the T-pins into the stabilizer or the hoop itself? In between. Yeah, it's in between the hoops. So it just holds it nice and tight. Yep, a rubber shelf liner can work really well as well. How do blah, 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 blah. Jill, how do the T-pins go in? Straight. They go in just straight. Great questions. Please keep them coming our way, because that's one of the reasons why we're here live, is to be able to help with that.
So when you do Stabilizer Lab, and you will be able to show how to do those T-pins with your hoop. Because you talk about the stabilizers, and then you can talk a little bit about how you would put that in there.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to try something here. For some reason that came up kind of weird. Let's see. Okay. I don't know why. Well, we'll see what happens here.
Oh.
Okay. Hold on.
Another question. Let's see.
Turn this off for a minute.
I just use a dry iron. The question is a dry or a steam iron on the fusible interfacing. I just use a dry iron.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't use a steam iron whenever I use a fusible interfacing. So, okay, another question is,
there we go.
Do the T-pins stick up that way? So the T is up, so they're standing this way. You just stick it down in there.
Yep.
And then that will help you to.
It just holds it snug. It gives a little bit more of something to hold on to. Yeah, that is better. It was weird. Whenever, when in doubt, turn off your machine, right?
Yeah, reboot. Isn't that what they say?
Oh my goodness, yes. I thought, well, that's kind of strange. It was not going in the center there. I think we should be good now. Perfect. Okay, that looks a lot better, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So what we're going to do is we are actually stitching directly on the sticky back. Okay, directly on it, and it's going to make a crosshair going both vertical and horizontal.
It gives you your center of your hoop and where you can line up your pillow.
Yeah.
Because you're going to mark this pillow.
There we go. All right, now that we have that in place, I'm going to get out of that design and actually pull up the floral design. And we're going to move over to Sandra, and she's going to show you how to mark your pillow.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to put as in the instructions, which are very good, you're going to place your pillow form right in front of you, and you're going to open it up. Okay, but you want to have your right sides are down, so you're going to be looking at the inside of your pillow form, and on that you are going to make sure that your pillow form, your zipper pull is off to the left. So I'm going to be looking at it like this. So my zipper pull is right here and it's on the left hand side of my project. And then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to measure 3.5 inches from the left. So this is a great ruler because it is a 3.5 inch ruler. So I'm going to just line that up on the left hand side here. And I'm going to use just a disappearing ink, your water soluble pen,
any kind of pen that marking pen like that will work great.
Yeah,
I love the blue one.
It's on the inside, so it's not going to show. And you're going to just draw a line down that left-hand side of the blank. Then what you're going to do is you're going to, let's see, turn that over. We're on 4, 5. There we go. I had my instructions here. Got to make sure I got this. Then you're going to turn and do the exact same thing on the other side. So just really quickly, we're going to do that right there on both sides. Okay. Then you're going to take your pillow form and you're going to flip it over. And now your zipper pull is over here on the right, but you're going to fold this up. Let's see.
To the zipper.
All the way to the zipper, right?
Yep.
Okay. It's been a few days since I did this.
I love your nails, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Look at it, very patriotic.
Yes, very red, white, and blue.
Okay. So again, you just took the bottom of this, folded it up to the zipper, and now Sandra's going to mark the horizontal line, but just where the fold is and just where the vertical line meets. Okay,
so you're just going to do.
It's not much.
Just a small. Right there and right there. My hands are in the way.
There you go.
There. So I've taken and made a mark there and there. So you fold that up to the zipper.
And then also, according to the instructions, they want us to mark A and B. So just go ahead and write A and B right there. This is just going to help us situate everything. Perfect. Okay, Deborah asked what kind of needle I'm using. You know what, Deborah, to be honest with you, I'm using the needle that was in the machine beforehand. I'm not sure what needle this was, but if I end up having problems, if I end up having problems with like the sticky back, because that sometimes can become an issue, we have some anti-glue needles, which are amazing.
They are.
If I end up having some issues with that, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later, I've got a picture to show you of what happened to me at home with a needle. So the anti-glue is wonderful, and they're like a Teflon coated needle, so the glue just doesn't stick onto it. You'll have a lot better results. Okay, so right now I'm using just whatever needle was in there. We'll see.
Yeah.
And if I'm using the anti-glue, I would go to a 70-10 or an 80-12, either one of those.
Okay.
Does that sound good to you?
That sounds perfect. That's about what I would use.
Okay, perfect. All right, so now that our blank is marked, I'm going to take my hoop out of the machine so maybe you can see this a little bit better. In fact, you know what I'm going to do here? Do we have like a black marker somewhere? Because I don't know how well you can see that green.
Black marker really quick.
Okay. There's a crosshair that goes right here that we have with thread, but oh, perfect. But I'm going to do something else. I mean, normally you don't need to do this, but I'm going to do it for purposes of instruction today. I'm going to just mark over top of that so all of you can see what's happening. Again, this is what your stitch out, already stitched out, I should say. Okay, these are the centering crosshairs on here. And you know, you can do this with any project. You know, you can always mark on top of that stabilizer so that you get a better feel. Sometimes it's harder to mark up these little markings on the ends. So I've been known to just do my own little crosshairs right there.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Well, and it's good so that they can see what we're doing. Because yeah, that green.
We are using a 6x10 hoop today. All righty. So if you take a look at your instructions, you're going to do, let's see, we're on page 6.
Yeah.
Okay, and it tells us to align the folded edge of crosshairs B with the horizontal crosshair stitch and the marked vertical line with the vertical crosshair stitch. Unfold all layers of the pillow blank, smooth blank in place to adhere to the stabilizer. Excess pillow blank should be to the back of the hoop. Okay, and notice they put in bold to the back of the hoop. So I'm like, okay, well, I can do that, right? So excess stabilizer, or excess
pillow
is at the back of the hoop. All righty. So what I'm going to do here is I line up, I find the horizontal crosshair and I line it up there, and I find the vertical crosshair and line up according to that. Okay. Let's see. And bring it down a little bit.
Yeah. There you go.
So you can see right here, I'm lining this up. Yeah. And right here is lined up. So I will just kind of place it like that, and then I pull it over. Okay. Now, if I want to do a double check, which I love to do that, then what I do, notice it's sticky, but it doesn't mean it can't be repositioned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over and just take a look at my lines. See, that does, I wish I had my T-pins here. That just came out. Okay, I'll fix that here. Darn it.
Well, you know, it happens to everybody, doesn't it?
It sure does. It sure does. Okay, hopefully that crosshair is still where it needs to be.
Should we redo it? Or just make sure you line it up in your hoop?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. That looks pretty good. Okay.
Tighten it down some.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, try that. How's that better?
That feels better. We should have tightened that up. I should have tightened that up a little bit more. I can't blame you. That was all me. Okay, let's try this again. So what I'm going to do, Lynn says, having a Monday on a Tuesday. You're not a kidding.
Yeah, well, it is Monday though too. Also,
no, it's Tuesday.
I know, but I'm just because it's holiday yesterday, so that just kind of gets you.
Oh, it sure does.
Throws you off
I have
kilter.
my vertical and I have my horizontal. Let's try that again, folks. Okay, so it's nice and put down there. There we go. Oh, I am off. You can see right there. I did really well on my horizontal line, but I am off on my vertical. So I'm going to reposition. No big deal. Okay. But this is why you check.
And up a little bit.
I could be at.
Yeah. See?
Let me see. Okay, let me
Turn
do it
that way.
That's a good idea. We got this. We got this. Let's see. There we go. And there we go. Okay, we should be good now.
There we are.
And just smooth it all out. Okay.
Oh, much better. That's much better.
Okay.
Very good. Very good.
Woohoo. All right. Yeah, you could use a pin on the crosshairs too. That's a great idea, Randy. You could absolutely do that.
Yep.
Okay, so now I'm going to come over to the machine.
And we've got our file loaded in. Again, as Chris says, we're doing the 6x10. They do give you two sizes. You have a 5x7 and a 6x10. And we're going to use the 6x10. And the 6x10 takes up, oh gosh, pretty much all of your pillow from the top of it to the bottom. And the 5x7 would just be a little bit shorter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's either way, I think is great.
So the first thing we're going to stitch out are the stems, and that's why I chose a green thread to start out with. Yep.
Okay. Questions? Any more questions?
So the zipper right now is on the right of this, okay? And yes, Patricia, you could most certainly use a basting stitch around the edge of the hoop
to
hold it in place as well.
Yeah, if your machine allows you to put that basting stitch in, you bet you sure could. I found that sticky backs holds it quite well. It's 12 by 18.
Oh, it really does. The size of the pillow form should be 12 by 18, Lynn. But you could use stuffing, you could use whatever you wanted in it. But if you are buying a pillow form, it is a 12 by 18. Okay.
And my bet is Kimberbell will come out with a pillow form for these.
Absolutely. You know it.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so I just need a little pair of scissors. I'm going to grab my Kimberbell little snippy snips right here. Love these. And I'm going to cut my thread from the top and then pull it down through the needle. It's one of those habits that we talk about a lot here that you want to get into the form a habit for. And the reason for that is because when you pull your thread back through the machine, sometimes it can mess with your tension. So you always want to get into the habit. I know it's really hard. It's like the natural thing is just to yank it out, but much better to cut from the top and then pull through the needle. Okay, so I just changed my thread color to red. This now is going to do a filled stitch of the little tiny red flowers, which are so cute. Kimberly asked if the Go With It kits provide enough for the 6x10 size. Yes, they sure do. In fact, if you're really careful, you could probably get more than one pillow out of it. There's plenty,
part of another one.
Part of another one.
Yeah,
I know on the blue leather we've given you enough. On the red and the green fabric,
there's plenty. Yes. So yep, there's with the Go With It kits. That's one thing I have found. Because Kimberbell's, we cut them to the proportions that Kimberbell sends us, and we get plenty. You have plenty of fabric and leather both.
Yeah, the camera view is at the side of the machine, so it's a little too crowded in here to get it on the front side of it. So you are looking at it from the side, and the zipper is right up here at the top.
At the top.
Okay, right here is the top. What is in the Go With It kit? Sandra is asking. Everything you need to do this.
Yeah.
So when you see these flowers, the blue fabric, the red, the green fabric, the blue leather is in there. Even the yellow buttons are in there,
and the white. So all of it is in there
to do both, and then
you just need to provide your thread and your stabilizer, and you're ready to go.
Yeah. Linda, I'm not sure, you know, every month there are different sizes for the hoops. So I'm not sure like for each one, but this is, you can do a 5x7 and a 6x10, and it's not too late to order more.
No.
So in fact, quite a few people will actually wait till Embroidery Club because they want to see how it's done, and then they order afterwards. So it's not too late to order a Go With It kits or the pillow blanks. Okay. All right, we've got just one more flower to finish up, and then the next thing will be
the green, right?
The green, yeah, for our leaves. Okay. Okay, that tells me that we're ready to move on here. Cut at the top, pull through the bottom, and I'm changing my thread color to green. This is going to do the placement outline of the, oh, excuse me, nope, not yet. we're going to do
the yellow,
this yellow
for the buds,
for the cute little red buds. You know, I love the way the red and yellow work together. It's so happy. Okay. All right, let's change that. We've changed it to yellow, and now it's going to do the center of my buds. We're not quite ready for the leaves yet. Oh my goodness, yes, someone asked if you could use some of the Velveteen for the flowers. It would be beautiful.
Oh, I think so too.
I think that would be really, really pretty.
Yeah, that would be great. And another thing that I like too is you could use a print. You know, our fabrics, the one big flower is a blue, and I thought you could use a really pretty print. You know, like you said earlier, your fall colors on this would be just absolutely amazing.
I think so too. And yes, the leather can be washed. The leather can be washed. Not a problem.
Yes, I think people have asked that before. And
Nancy, we're using a 60 weight bobbin thread. We're just using a regular white thread right now. I am going to change it a little bit later, and I'll show you why. But for right now, we're just using a 60 weight.
Okay.
Okay, these are great questions.
Yeah, thank you.
Bonnie, if you received your blank but haven't received the design, just reach out to our customer service department, and they'll make sure and get that to you. Not a problem. Kathy sends those out, and she does a wonderful job. So you might want to check like your spam folder or your junk email. You know, sometimes things like that go through in that way, but we'll get you taken care of. No worries. If you purchase your blank after July 1st, though, it does come automatically in the download. Yes. So think about when you purchased it. If you did it before July, it's going to come to you in an email. If you did it after July 1st, it's actually going to be with your, at the time of purchase, you're going to receive a download link. Okay, now we're ready to do the placement outline of our leaves. For those of you who've never done applique on an embroidery machine, be prepared to be wowed. I think it's one of the things that first drew me to machine embroidery was the fact that I could do applique on it. Okay, I just threaded my needle. So what it's going to do, there are 2 leaves. Go ahead and start to stitch those out. This is called the placement outline. And this basically just shows me where I need to place my fabric. Marilyn asked if the pillow blanks are coming in other colors and sizes. Yes, they are.
I will bet they will be.
Yes. One of the issues that Kimberbell has found, and a lot of companies have found, is being able to shipping delays from across seas, especially. Yes. So that's been a challenge, but they are coming. I know that. Okay, I know you probably can't see it very well, but what it's done is it's stitched out 2 placement outlines of leaves. I'm going to take this square piece of fabric and just simply place it over top of those leaves. Notice I didn't even have to pre-cut my fabric, which is what I absolutely love.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. You could use the SVG files that are included with this, because you do get those, and you could pre-cut them if you like to do it that way.
Absolutely.
You know, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
So.
Okay, so this stitch that's happening right now is called the tack down stitch. And just like it says, it's a tack down that holds the fabric in place. And it's just going right over top of that placement outline. And now I know exactly where to cut the excess fabric from. So once this finishes up, I'm going to very carefully remove the hoop from my machine. There we go. And come back over here and start cutting. So I'm going to use the Kimberbell scissors. These are the duckbill scissors. A lot of people wonder what's the proper way to use these. I say whichever is most comfortable for you.
Exactly.
I really do. Like, I've heard all sorts of things. Now, I'll tell you the quote unquote proper way to do it, but sometimes I'll tell you I just do it any way I want. But the proper way is to have the duckbill facing the applique. All right?
Yeah, I did when I first started doing the Kimberbell events and we got those scissors. I went out online and I started looking at different videos to see who
does
what way, and they do them both directions.
Yep. It's one of those things that you just go, if you have 10 quilters in a room, or if you have 10 embroiderers in a room, and you ask them, how do you use your duckbill scissors, you'll get 10 different ways, right?
Yes,
so
you will.
It's all good. It's all good. So what I'm doing is I'm just lifting up my fabric, my excess fabric, and trimming close to the stitch line without cutting through the stitch line. And there you go. It's all done. Okay. With that being done, now it's time to take it back to the machine and very carefully put it in what we call the garage. Pull this in. Oh, I got a thread caught. There we go. All righty. There we go. My stabilizer was in the way.
When you do this, that's what I find. With that sticky back stabilizer, you have to be really careful when you're taking it in and out of your hoop.
Definitely.
Because, I mean, in and out of your machine, because that can have a tendency to pull it out of your hoop if you're not extra careful.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and always double check and make sure you don't get that extra pillow underneath, because you will be sad.
You'll be very sad. Patsy, I love what you said. She says, I love that Kimberbell's stitch down line goes around twice, making it a lot easier to cut around it. Oh, how true that is.
That's so true.
Because I've done designs that have only been stitched around once, and it has a tendency to pop up.
Yep, it
right?
does.
So very, very nice. Good observation, Patsy. Yeah, absolutely. We could definitely wonder clip this extra fabric. Absolutely.
Yep.
But it's not too bad. I mean, it really, you just have to get it down from underneath the needle.
Yeah, I'll take the bigger Wonder clips. They have some bigger ones, and I'll take those and just kind of roll up that little extra on the side, so it's a little bit easier to maneuver in and out of my machine.
Yes, good idea.
That makes it nice. So yes, Wonder clips are great for that.
Definitely. Okay. So fun. This is a different stitch too, isn't it, Sandra?
It is. It's kind of cute. It's kind of like almost a candle wicking type stitch. Yeah, around the leaves. It's really cute. I liked it.
Yep.
I know that Kimberbell does a lot of that, and some of them are just...
It's a little bit different than just a normal satin stitch, which is fun. Okay, so now we're going to do the veins on our leaves. So I'm going to go for a little bit darker color.
Let's see if that, either one of those, or...
Yeah, I can do this one. I've got one.
Got one?
Yep. Perfect. Now you could keep it the same color, but I'd like to see the veins on the leaves a little bit more detail.
More, yeah, I agree.
So I'll go ahead and thread this. And watch it do its magic. Good morning, Irene. Okay. I totally agree, Naomi. She said, watching the stitches is so mesmerizing.
Yes.
Am I the only one that feels that way? Absolutely not. I feel the same. I love, love, love watching my embroidery machine stitch out.
I do too. Sometimes I think, oh, I can get so much more done if I have my machine here, and then maybe just a sewing on this other side of me, and I can sew or whatever. Yeah, it doesn't happen.
That's right.
Doesn't happen. I was doing a few little I was doing some English paper piecing. So I have done that a little bit, but well, I watch my machine on the longer times. But
yeah. Okay, I want a navy blue now.
Okay.
This is where we're going to do our navy blue leaves. And again, this next stitch out is just a placement line. Let me pull this out. And this is the time that I'm also going to change my bobbin thread color. Now, it really depends on what's happening with your machine. If you start noticing that you've got like the white thread coming up just a little bit, sometimes there's a tendency for that to happen when you're using a darker thread on top. So usually if that happens, I will change my bobbin thread color. And I'll show you in just a minute. We'll go ahead and get this started. But I'll show you here in a minute some pictures of before and after from when I stitched this out. Ooh, we're almost out of
wow. That's a good thing
thread.
To change it then,
yes,
right?
It is. All right, I'm going to quickly change. Now, I didn't have a navy blue bobbin thread, so I'm using black, which is just fine, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just going to fit right in with the navy blue.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal to have it not be the exact color. It's just white is such a contrast that I'm going to do it this way. So what we're doing here is it's stitching the outline for the leaves, and then we're going to place the leather on there. Vicki, oh, you certainly can change your bobbin color or thread on your Pathfinder. Oh, no, you absolutely can change that. So if you have any problems with wondering how that's done, just shoot us an email. We can walk you through it. We can even do a Zoom or a FaceTime call to help you walk you through it. But it's very, very easy to change your bobbin on the Pathfinder. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so this shows us where to put our leaves. There are actually 2 leaves in one, so you're going to place both of your pieces of leather at the same time, okay? Now what you could do is use a little bit of Kimberbell tape to hold it in place. I will also tell you on this that there's enough leather on here that if you were to turn it, you could probably get two leaves up here and 2 leaves down here. So just a thought there.
I don't have any tape right here.
Okay, I'm not seeing my Kimberbell tape. I need one of those tape dispensers.
Oh yes.
I just found some.
Let me see what we can find.
Okay, I've got some
Kimberbell tape. Do you have any with you here? Paper tape?
I can
have
undo
some
it.
downstairs.
There we go. Okay, so I'm going to place a little bit of tape just to hold it in place here, and yeah, I'm gonna do it this way. Okay, and I'll go ahead and do the same down here. Again, we don't ever want to get our fingers too close to that needle, so the Kimberbell tape really helps to hold everything in place while it's stitching. And again, it goes over twice. There we go. And now it's going to go down to the bottom one.
was able to get 2 out of mine. Yeah, if you turn it just right, you can get 2.
Exactly. Today I'm also going to show you how you can save on stabilizer too.
Oh,
with
good.
this. Perfect. Okay. All right, so I'm going to ask Sandra to go ahead and cut these out while I share a few pictures with you.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So let's take a look at the cutting area, and you can see that Sandra's going to remove the tape and then she's just going to cut around. Are you going to use your duck bills on that as well?
I like to use those, but I think these actually will work a little bit better.
Okay, tell us why.
Because with the leather, it's sometimes you can't get a real even cut, and I have found that with a regular, not a duck bill, that you can get a more even cut on my leather.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Sable says she's purchased a set of colored embroidery bobbins that are 60 weight and they last a long time. They really do, because I don't use it for everything. Most of the time I use white, but on this I'm choosing a dark bobbin thread when I'm doing this blue. So I've got a couple of pictures to show you. Nicole's going to bring it up on the screen. So you can see in this first picture that there are little specks of white coming through on the bobbin. It doesn't mean that anything is wrong with my bobbin necessarily. It's just the nature of sometimes that what can happen. And if you see that happening on your machine, then by all means change the bobbin thread color and you're going to have much better results. So take a really good look at this, everyone. And again, you see that I wasn't real happy with that. I ended up stitching over top of it one more time just to make sure not have those little white pokies going through. Now let's take a look at the next one. You can see a much better result, right? The difference is pretty significant. And I love that you'll notice that I used a black bobbin thread, but it doesn't look like there's black in it, can you? So definitely having the darker bobbin thread color was key to the success on this little piece. Okay, so I hope that helps, you know, maybe helps you navigate a little bit more about what can happen when we change our bobbin thread color. Let's show the before one more time and then the after one more time. Again, this is before and this is after. Isn't that a great visual? Okay, so Sandra is back to cutting. She's got one of them cut out. And yeah, I agree with Sandra that on this one, I like having those little sharp micro tip scissors at that point. The
point gets down. That's another thing I was going to say. The point can get down into that edge there a little bit better. And I also find that with the leather, you have to make sure that you don't cut it at an angle because of the backing on it will show through. If you don't get
sometimes
a
you'll
nice
see a little bit white, you know, yeah, definitely.
If you don't get a good cut on it, if it's not a straight cut and not a at an angle cut. So I did find that too. Yeah, Sue, sometimes changing your needle can definitely help with that as well. There's lots of little things you can look at as to what might be happening and how to improve those things. So changing a needle, having perhaps a smaller needle. Maybe my needle was a little too large, you know. There's lots of things to think about, but for me it was as simple as changing the bobbin thread color. I think a finer needle on the leather would work great.
Definitely.
To make sure that that thread doesn't pop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Out. Okay, we're about got it.
So we're about done. So what it's going to do now is do that really fun little decorative stitch around the leaves. So even if you don't get really tight on the leather, it's going to be okay, isn't it, Sandra?
Yeah, it is. It is.
So
that's right.
And even if like a little bit of the leather on the back shows through and you're just like, oh, don't worry. This one actually does have a cover stitch to it.
Yes, it does.
So, okay, here we go. Okay, while that is stitching out, we're going to go ahead and show you a video of a brand new Kimberbell event that is coming out, Home Sweet Haunted Home. Oh my goodness, Sandra,
it is so cute.
This is amazing. This is amazing. So we have this event coming up in August. We have 2 different dates to choose from. It is a 2-day event. And it really is going to be something.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and put that video up so you can watch it while this is stitching out.
Our guests have just arrived. Don't be alarmed when you see a machine stitching to a ghostly hum. This is Home Sweet Haunted Home, where everyone is welcome. These beautiful bats are delightful decor for pillows and more. Stitch a couple for your flyaway bat's throw pillow. Then create a whole colony for a variety of Halloween projects. Embroidery leather, felt, glitter, and lace. Bats swoop to a pillow and stitch into place. Black as midnight, each bat is made from a different Kimberbellishment or technique. Kimberbell's pumpkins grow right in the hoop. Quilt the Velveteen fabric with a spooktacular pattern. Then form the pumpkin by gathering the top and bottom. Fairy lights cast an enchanting glow from Kimberbell's Haunted Home 3D house with a black cat button and sparkly jack-o'-lantern. This dimensional project is a Halloween treat. Escape, if you dare, to Kimberbell's Dead and Breakfast Inn. This ghoulish getaway has all the comforts of home, including mylar windows, an applique glitter door, and walls of shiny embroidery leather. No need for terror. You'll have everything you need to conjure 5 bewitching projects in the Kimberbell event bag at this 2-day event. Make your house a home sweet haunted home with Kimberbell.
Oh my goodness, can you believe that?
Oh, that is so
It is so fun. Who's excited about this event?
Oh my gosh, that's so
So
fun.
we are doing it virtually, so no matter where you live in the world, you can attend this event. We will send you the kit and a fun little surprise. This lady right here is in charge of that all the time. She does a wonderful job.
Well, thank you.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's 2 days. And it is recorded. If you can't make it, you know, during a certain period, like maybe you can only do for part of the day or whatever, that's okay. We do really fun prizes and games. We have discounts during that time.
Yes. And if you purchase enough, you get the bonus CD, and who
bonus
knows
CD,
what that's going to be.
It's going to be amazing, of course.
Yep.
So what's your favorite project in that event?
Oh my gosh, that house, that haunted house, it's just, I think that would be so cute on my table, you know, on your mantle, anywhere. I just think that is such a cute thing.
I'm having a hard time deciding what I love more too. By the way, while we're talking, I'm going to do the placement outline for the large flower, okay?
Okay.
But I love the pumpkins, the stuffed pumpkins, because they're using Velveteen on that, and there's an all-over quilting design on it. And then it comes together. So I think it's adorable. I can picture making tons of those pumpkins, absolutely tons of them, having them all over the place. So I love that. And then I really love the bat pillow too. And bats going in that direction and that formation
those are going to be freestanding lace.
Yeah, that's freestanding lace.
That's going to be
That's really on trend. And if you see I've seen on Pinterest and stuff where people will take bats, like paper bats or whatever, and they put them all across their walls. By the way, I'm doing the blue flower, so I'm going to do I just placed my blue square over top, and now it's going to do the tack down stitch. So I think, wow, that's going to be darling.
Yes.
You know, in my home for, I don't know if I want it in my home or on my porch now. I just, maybe I need to do two of them.
That's, and I think there's so much to learn in that event.
Yeah, definitely.
I think not just the projects that are amazing, but I think you're going to learn some new techniques and some fun things.
That's part of the fun of the whole event.
It is. It really is.
That's the only way to get those designs.
Yes.
You're going to learn new techniques, and I'm so excited. Yes, we will have more of the fabrics. We always sell more of what you do in that class so that you can make more of those items. Absolutely. Someone asked about that. Kathy asked, do you ever use a cutting machine to cut your applique pieces before machine embroidery, or do you prefer to stitch the applique and trim by hand? That's a really good question, Kathy. And I don't know if I mean, it's such a personal choice, but I will tell you, for me, it's more work to do the cutting machine, unless, okay, I'm going to let Sandra cut this out while I finish that thought. Unless you're doing multiples. If I'm doing multiples of a project, I don't mind at all setting up my cutting machine and doing the cutting beforehand. And Kimberbell has the SVG files included, so you can do it that way. If I'm doing just one project though, I will usually just do it this way.
Correct.
It's totally a little too much work to set everything up for just one. But yeah, if I were doing like several of these and I had a cutting machine, I would use that. That's a great question.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. For just one and done, then I prefer to do it this way. But if you're going to be making, like she says, multiple, then I would definitely put it on my Cricut or your scan and cut, whatever it is that you have.
Definitely.
So
yeah, Patricia asked, are there new colors of Velveteen coming out? I think so. I think so. From what I can tell on that video, it looks like that just might be happening. So pretty excited about that. Evelyn, everything you need for those kits are included in your Home Sweet Haunted Home kit. So all of the projects and the CD.
Right. Well, I think it's coming on a USB.
Is it coming on a USB now?
I think that's what I understand.
Awesome.
And the only thing you will need to provide will be the stabilizer and the thread.
Yep.
And my bet is that we'll have a thread kit for it.
Yes, for sure. Yep.
So.
Okay. Pat asked, what cutting machine do I use? I actually have the Silhouette, the Cameo Silhouette.
And I have a Cricut.
And you have a Cricut?
Yeah.
And, you know, if so a lot of you have probably the Brother Scan and Cut, and that's a great one too. So
there's several out there. So,
in fact, I have an online class about the Cameo Silhouette, and it's available in our club, but a lot of people have taken that class over the years to learn how that all works. So if you have a Silhouette Cameo, check out that class. Okay, so this one is has been cut out, and now it's going to do that decorative stitch around it. I think I'm going to keep with, well, I don't know. What do you think? Should I keep with the navy, or should I go
let's
the light
do
blue?
different and
Let's
keep
do
with
different.
the
Keep
navy.
with the navy. Okay, let's do it.
Because those
what
are
we're gonna
done with
do.
the lighter blue, so
Yeah.
let's do different and
Okay.
keep with the navy.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Kimberly said, so the metal tray is not for people not doing an event in person. No, you can, that will be sold separately.
Correct.
So anyone can purchase that metal tray.
Yep.
So,
I did call Kimberbell on that because I'd had several people reach out to me and ask me about that. And so I reached out to Kimberbell, and they said they probably won't be available for another month, towards the end of July, before they are available. But we will have them here.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to purchase those. So
Definitely.
yes.
Yep. All right. A lot of you have good suggestions about if you have a USB that you can, you know, download it onto your computer and save it in several places. Download it to the cloud. You'll be just fine.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Dee said she's looking forward to the other colors in the pillow blanks and love the varied quilting too. Exactly. There's not just this cross hatching that's on this one, but there's other quilting designs on other pillow blanks, and boy, it sure makes it easy, doesn't it?
It does. It makes it so nice.
And I love that you've got the zipper that's already in the
And the invisible
installed.
zipper.
The invisible zipper,
I
no
like
less.
the invisible zipper. Yes.
So it's pretty sweet, for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Anything
Okay,
else?
that's stitching out. I guess while that's stitching out, we'll remind you that today, all day today, you can save 15% on your machine embroidery supplies, and it does not include events, and it doesn't include the new fill in the blank for next month, which we'll show here in a few minutes. But it does include everything else. So stabilizers, Kimberbell CDs, the scissors, anything that has to do with machine embroidery on our website, you can save 15% on today. And what you need to do is you use the code embroidery15, and that will take the 15% off for you. So it's a great way to stock up on some supplies that you need. Okay? All righty. Is the pillow blank blue or gray? Yeah, Kathy says she'd call it a steel blue. Definitely.
Yes, yes.
It's a bluish gray.
Yes, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a little bit of both, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah. All right. We have not talked about the clear blue tiles yet, but maybe now would be a good time.
Yeah.
Should we do that? How close are? Oh, that just
we are out of
something
thread.
Something went awry on my thing. Let's take a look.
I have to back up here.
I'm going to back up.
I think we're out of bobbin.
So let's take a look and see what's happening here. First, going to check my bobbin. And yep, we are out of bobbin. That's what happens, folks, when you run out of bobbin. Okay, let's do this. No big deal. Okay, I'm gonna put the white in, but that's okay. We're not going through the leather, so I should be fine. And I'm going to back up my machine stitches. Okay, there we go. Do my little plus minus, go back probably a couple hundred stitches.
Yeah, we kind of just left it on its own, didn't we?
We did. Okay, I'm going to kind of drop my needle down to see if I'm in a good spot. Yep, I feel good about that. And here, hit OK. And let's try this again. Okay, much better.
There we go.
Much better. So I just figured I'd draw it out as to what the clear blue tiles are, right?
Okay. Okay.
All righty, guys. Yeah. So while that's stitching out, let's talk about clear blue tiles. More information is coming out, but shop owners received an email a few days ago saying, telling us about this brand new product from Kimberbell, and you guys are gonna lose your minds.
Oh my gosh.
When I saw it, I was like over the moon excited, and the reason being is it's going to help you quilt your projects in the hoop.
In the hoop. And it's gonna, an all over quilt. I mean, you could do a complete baby quilt.
Yes, yes.
That's what's amazing about it. So it helps you line everything up.
Oh,
and
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And here's something that you guys can appreciate, because I'm just like you, right? So a few weeks ago, I had just done the little table topper of the watermelons that I did. Remember the half square triangle watermelons? And I thought, great, I'm going to quilt it in the hoop, right? But it's bigger than my hoop.
Yes.
And I thought, okay, well, I'll just download some Kimberbell designs and be able to just do it that way. Well, what I realized was those really are block by block. Those designs are block by block. They are not all over design. So unless you know and are really savvy and can figure out where one stops and one where ends and where one starts,
right,
then you're kind of lost on it, right?
Yeah, you have to really know your machine and how to do precise positioning and how that is going to stitch out. It's complicated.
It is. It is. And so this new system, and this is the brainchild of Kim herself. And this is how Kim's mind works. It's unbelievable. Is that she thought of this idea probably. It's been like 2 years in the making.
She said it's been a while.
It's been a
while
when she
came
came
in and talked to us about it. It's been a while.
And it was Kimberbell's these clear blue tiles that help you situate your crosshairs, and so you know where your beginning and end points are, so that you really can do a full quilt on your machine.
In the hoop.
In the hoop, which is pretty amazing.
So the next one goes...
This is going to just do the outlines of the blue. I'm going to keep it blue. I'm going to keep it all blue.
Yep.
Why not? Okay. And so it's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited. So let's show you, these come out in late August. We are doing a pre-order on them right now. And so that all you have to do is put $10 down, okay, for it. Now, again, this is a pre-order, so when it comes in August, you won't have to pay the remaining, the balance on it until it ships, all right? So let's take a look at what it is on our website. This is Kimberbell Clear Blue Tiles. It's the complete system for quilting on your embroidery machine. All right, and so it comes with all of these clear blue tiles in different sizes. You can do your borders, you can do cornerstones this way, you can do all over, or you can do block by block. You can, it's gonna come with, let me think. I think it's 8 more designs
Yes,
that are that you can do edge to edge.
Something, yeah.
Let's see, I'm taking a look at all the things. Okay, it comes with, it includes 20, now there's 2 different things you can choose. You have the essential set, and then you have the expansion pack. So,
but she was saying you need the essential set.
Yes, you cannot have the expansion pack without the essential set.
Correct.
So for those of you with larger hoops, you're going to want to have both. If you have the up to let's see, the clear blue tiles, the essential set can do a 4x4, 5x7, and 6x10. For those of you who have 8x12, 9x14, you're going to want to have both sets. Okay. So what does the essential set include? The essential set includes 26 finished block and border tiles. Okay, 26 of those little tiles. It's unbelievable. 2 water-soluble pins, 2 slap bands. Now, the slap bands are a great way to actually take the excess fabric from your quilt, roll it up, and put it over.
Instead of those, the clover clips.
Because it's really hard. If you have a large amount, a clover clip is not going to work, right?
Right.
So these slap bands will work perfectly.
Yep.
And then you're going to get the user guide that takes you step by step by step on how it works. You're going to receive a USB with 372 embroidery files. And you're also going to receive the exclusive seasonal table runner projects, which are so cute.
Oh, they are.
So cute that so that you can practice how this is done, and you can have them for every season. It's really, really fun. Now, this is what's really cool, that no matter what hoop you have, you do need the essential set in order to receive the designs, user guide, pins, slap bands, and table runner project. The expansion pack for the clear blue tiles are for the 8x12 and 9x14. So again, I like that they have the essential set for those of you who have 6x10 or lower, but then for those who have larger hoops, you can get both. It's perfect. So again, this product is not set to arrive until late August, but you can put down your $10 non-refundable reservation fee to ensure that you are on the list and you are one of the first to receive this. Now, something else that we are doing here at my girlfriend's quilt shop is when you purchase the essential set, you will receive a free class series on how the clear blue project tiles work. I want to make sure and make certain of that everyone knows how it works, because I want you to use it, because it will change your life.
Yes.
Okay.
Quilting in the hoop, I think, will be a thing that you're going to do.
Yeah.
It's so fun to be able to take a project from beginning to the end.
Yep.
Totally do it that way. And if you don't have a long arm, you can't always do that.
That's right.
And so being able to do it in the hoop is, I'm excited. I'm like, this is going to be something I'm really going to want to learn how to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The 15% does not work on this. So the discount code does not work on this. Neither will like if you have, it's just non-discountable.
Right.
Yeah. This is an introductory price from Kimberbell.
Yes.
That they're doing. So the total essential set ends up being $129, and so you pay $10 now, and you would pay the $119 in August. Okay. And then the essentials or the expansion pack is $39.95, and you pay $10 now. You end up paying $29.95 in late August. Okay. Irene, I'm totally with you, girl. She says she's so excited for this. Yeah, me too. I could have done that watermelon table topper had I had the system and known exactly where everything goes. It's genius. It's absolute genius. And it's for those of you who've been wanting to do quilting in the hoop, it's something you are gonna just not want to miss out on for sure. So definitely check that out. Pre-order, now, so that you're the first to receive it when it comes in August. Okay. And it looks like Kathy has put the link there on how you can order. So thank you, Kathy. And again, you have the option of just doing the essential set, or you could do both sets together. So yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so what I just stitched out on here was the outline for the red flower. I'm now going to take my red fabric and place right over top of that. Oh, actually, before I do that, I'm going to make sure and change my thread color. All right, I could have had a blue outline, but I think I'm going to stick with red.
Okay.
Here we go. So I hope that helped answer your question, because I'm pretty dang excited about it. And like I said, we are offering our class series for free. And we will, if you purchased it elsewhere, there will be a cost for it, but all of our classes are very reasonable, I would say. All right, let's pull this up. It didn't thread. There we go. Okay, there we go.
Okay, now this is going to just stitch around that outline stitch on your flower, and then we'll trim that up.
Yes. So the clear blue tiles will actually work with any of the Kimberbell designs. So when you go to their website and you download those designs, any of those designs, all the designs, maybe you've purchased a bunch of designs already, all of those will work with it. So it's pretty cool. Okay, Sandra's going to cut this out for us, and I'll see if I can answer more questions. Yeah, it would end up being $169 for both. You've got the $129, and then for the essential set, you have the $39 for the expansion pack. So, thanks, Irene. All right. Oh, she can't get the link in the comments to work. If it's not working for you, just head over to our website and type in tiles. It should come up. Or if you go to new releases, you can find it there as well. So, okay. What is the difference between the essential and the expansion sets? The essential is for the 4x4, 5x7, and 6x10. But it also includes it includes the how-to manual. It comes in a really beautiful case. It's gorgeous, and it's very well put together.
Yes.
You're going to receive the printed instructions, the slap bands, the pins, the 362, I think, design files, because it has all the different sizes for borders, for cornerstones. They call the cornerstones bitty blocks. It's really something else. So that's all that's included on the essentials. And then for those of you who have larger hoops, you will want the expansion pack, because that's where you get the clear blue tiles for the larger hoop sizes, including 8x12 and 9x14.
And you actually have to have that essential set.
You do have to have the essentials, because the essentials is where you find the design files.
Right.
The design files do not come in the expansion pack. Yes. Okay. Oh, I apologize if we are out of sync. I'm not sure why that happens. So I'm sorry if the sound and our lips are not in sync.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that happens.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something with Facebook and moving, and every now and again that happens. So, and I don't even know that it's something that you can fix.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the laser crosshair lamp, I'm not sure on that, Evelyn. I don't know that product as well. And so I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure on that. Let's see.
There's still, I think there's...
Tana, I don't think there's going to be a private Facebook group, but never say never. I'm not sure on that.
for the tiles?
Yeah. I don't know. We got a lot of private groups, so it's hard to keep track of them all.
Yes, we do.
Janine says she's in sync with us. Okay. Yeah, pretend you're at a 1950s monster movie. Yeah, weird. No, Nancy, the quilting designs you've already purchased from Kimberbell are going to work perfectly with this. It's something that has been a long time in coming, and I couldn't be more excited about this product. I think you guys are going to love it.
We're going to use a yellow for the detailed on the red flower.
Yep.
Just to kind of make it stand out a little bit here. So
we have just a few more stitches and then we'll be close to being done.
Yeah.
I think what we'll do is we'll talk about next month's fill in the blank while we stitch out the white flowers. Thank you, Judy. Yes, Pat, you would only need the essentials pack if your hoop is a 6x10. Yep.
Yes. Because the expansion pack gives you the files for the larger hoops.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So if your machine doesn't take a larger hoop, then you don't need that one.
Exactly. Yep. And again, the essentials pack is the only way to get all of the designs. And even if you have larger hoops, you're going to want those smaller tiles as well. You will want the smaller tiles because there's going to be different places where you're going to be able to do custom quilting on your embroidery machine, and it's seamless. It's just the coolest thing.
You won't be able to tell where you stop from one hooping to the next.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Let's see. Linda, we are using the wash away sticky back stabilizer today. So, and for next month's project, I'm guessing it's probably going to be the same.
I'm not sure.
I'm thinking it's the pet kerchief. I bet it's going to be the same. Mm-hmm. Because it would be a hard to hoop item. Okay, Evelyn says she's confused. She has the Solaris. What kit should she buy? Evelyn, you should buy both. If you have the Solaris, you're going to want to have the essentials pack because, like it said, it's essential.
Yeah,
you have to have it.
You have to have that.
That's where all the designs come from. That's where your slap bands and your pins and everything comes from that. So you definitely have to have the essentials pack, and then with the Solaris, because you have so many big hoop sizes, you're going to want the expansion pack along with it. So I hope that helps. Okay. All right. So right now we're doing the final flowers. It's doing the placement outline for 3 of the little white daisies, which are so cute. Now remember, we used a Kimberbell Fusible backing on the back of the white. And what that does is it helps us to not see the fabric from behind. So oftentimes when we have a white fabric and you want to make it have a little bit more thickness to it so you don't have the show through, that's when you want to use the Fusible backing from Kimberbell. It's one of my most favorite products that they have.
I really like their Fusible backing.
Mm-hmm.
It's been really great.
Yes.
Okay, let's change this thread out to
Okay, we're going to change
white.
the thread out to white, and we're going to place down the white thread. Miss Mava, I see you on here. You're asking the question about, I think you're referring to the Meridian, if I'm right. And yes, you would want both sets because the Meridian has the larger hoops as well. So I hope that helps you. Thank you, Marianne. She says the quality of the Kimberbell backing is amazing, so easy to use. Yeah, I absolutely love it. Okie dokie.
Okay, there's that one.
All right, so with one, there's two flowers that are really close together. So rather than putting two separate pieces of fabric, I'm going to place this over both of them, okay? And then I will place my other smaller piece on the bottom one at the same time. This is doing the tack down stitch. Patsy says she has a long arm quilter wanting to get rid of it and just do the quilting on her Solaris too. Oh, you have a long arm quilting machine, Patsy? Yeah, you know, they're recommending that your the quilts that you do on it is less than 60 by 60. Okay, so, and the reason for that is because there's going to be a lot of drag on those larger quilts, and that's going to throw things off on the embroidery machine. So you're going to have the best results with 60 by 60 or smaller, which is perfect for so many Kimberbell projects, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, while that's stitching out, I also want to, let's talk about this sticky back stabilizer and what to do if you end up getting shredding on your needles. So I'm going to have Nicole bring up that picture I took when I was working on that. It's got, yep, that one. Okay. No, not that one. No, over that one with the hand. Okay. Alrighty, so I'll have Sandra cut this out and let's talk about what you're seeing on the screen right now. Is that right? Is it on the screen? Okay, perfect. You can see that this is shredding. This is my thread. This is my thread, and so sometimes when you are stitching, and especially when you're stitching with sticky back, what can happen is it's going through really fast and you have a lot of stitches on one place, and sometimes your thread might not like it so much. Okay, now you can see that I have not had any problems with the sticky back so far. So crossing my fingers, we're good. But when I was doing this at home, this is what happened. And I went, I need to take a picture of this to show you. Has that ever happened to you? Yes, welcome to my world of shredded thread, Alice said. So, you know, that can happen for a variety of reasons, but one of the things that might happen is when you're going through sticky back, that could possibly happen. So one of the things I recommend is to have an anti-glue needle. Okay, an anti-glue needle. And we sell those on our website. In fact, I'll see if Kathy or Nicole could bring that up. But the anti-glue needles are awesome, and they will definitely help prevent this from happening. Okay, so you can get them in 90-14 size. We have 75-11 size. Yeah, and most of the time when I'm doing embroidery, I'm using the 75-11. So, yep, Teresa says she uses the stick needles. Yeah, the anti-stick needles are awesome. Okay, you can also use, there's a, what is it called? I use it all the time on my thread sometimes when thread shreds.
Sewer's Aid.
Sewer's Aid, yep. Sewer's Aid is another thing that you can use. You can place it on top of your thread. It conditions your thread. But I'll even put a little bit of sewer's aid on my fingertips and just kind of slide it up and down my needle if I have any extra gunk on there. And it just removes it real nicely, keeps things really nice and flowing well. So thank you. It looks like we've got some links there in the comments of where you can find those anti-glue needles and sewer's aid. It's a wonderful product. Both of those will help tremendously. Alice asks, what else causes shredding and breakage when not using sticky back? That's a great question, Alice. Oftentimes it will just be as simple as needing to change your needle. And that makes a huge difference. Quality of thread makes a difference.
Quality of thread makes a huge
difference. If you're using thread that's been around for eons,
and don't we all have some?
We all have some. Yeah, it might be time to change your thread. Thread has a shelf life, I always say, and thread can become brittle. And
yes,
again,
it does.
And depending on quality and such, so that can happen. Also, if your machine is going too fast and maybe it's going through too many
layers,
that can happen. So sometimes I'll just need to slow down my machine. Okay, slow it down, slow that puppy down, and that's okay. That will help as well. So if you're finding that some of those things are happening, those are some suggestions. Okay, thanks, Sandra. All right, she's got the thread or the daisies cut out, and we're just about ready to finish our final stitching. All right, I'm going to place this back in there. These are great questions, guys. I love it. All right, here we go.
And as you can tell, this project, I think this project takes a little longer than any of the rest of them.
It does, but it's totally worth it,
right?
Yeah,
it is. It's so worth it.
Who cares how long cute takes?
That's
right. We'll just keep plugging away because it's so stinking cute. Maybe some of you might decide, you know what, I just want flowers on one side.
Yes, exactly.
That's okay too. You can certainly do that. You can certainly do that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, and the thing with this too is that the way that it's done, one's going one direction and one's going the other direction. So it's opposite. And at first I thought, well, what if I want mine going the same direction?
Because you're like that.
Yeah,
you don't want to follow the rules. You're like, no, I want it to go this way, right?
And you can put that in your hoop so that it does do that.
That's right.
So it's just all a matter of personal preference.
Yeah, so true. Oh my goodness. Yep. Isn't this fun to watch? I love it.
It is.
All right. Let's see.
Yes, so well worth the wait.
Well worth the wait. We totally agree. Absolutely. All righty. So while this is stitching out, let's go ahead and show you what's coming up for next month in August. These are so cute.
They are.
Oh my goodness. I have 2 doggies and I can't wait to put these on them.
Yeah.
It's a brand new blank from Kimberbell. And it is the pet kerchiefs. We're going to show you a few pictures here. This one says, you had me at meow. And then there's, you had me at woof.
Oh, goodness.
Pet kerchiefs. How many of you love your pets?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's Milo. I recognize that little guy. But yeah, you had me at woof and you had me at meow. You're going to receive both designs with your purchase of the pet kerchiefs. Now the pet kerchiefs, actually, you will receive 2 kerchiefs in your package. One that's got polka dots on it and one that has stripes, of course.
Oh, there we go.
So they come, it's kind of a light gray.
Look at those cute puppies.
They're cute. Oh my gosh, they're so stinking adorable.
Oh my goodness.
So guys, come on, you know you love it. If you've got a pet, or if you have a neighbor with a pet, or if you have a grand puppy. I know some of you probably have grand puppies, right?
Oh yes, we do.
Yeah.
I just spent the weekend with a couple of them, so yes.
Susie says, love it, love my baby girl doggy. Yes, so you've got to get the pet kerchiefs.
So
if you just loved the idea of being able to do a pet kerchief, and maybe you don't have a dog, you could donate them to the Humane Society,
You
right?
bet you could.
And they would love that as well.
Where you go to adopt the dogs at, you know, PetSmart or wherever they go to adopt a dog. So,
exactly, that would be
those
really fun.
Are really,
now, let me tell you what's
cute.
really special about these pet kerchiefs. Okay, it's not just, you know, Kimberbell. They're not just going to give you like, here's a piece of fabric, here you go. Oh no, these make it so easy to stitch on, because it comes with the largest size, and then it has a theme, like a template of how to cut it down. So whether you have a large dog or an extra small dog, you'll have all the sizes.
All the sizes that you need.
All the sizes that you need for the pet kerchiefs.
Any kind of dog that you have.
Absolutely.
Because you don't want this great big huge scarf on your little tiny
chihuahua.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So so the two blanks will have all the sizes in it. Like you can have all the sizes. You don't have to order separate sizes, which is really nice. And it comes with an enclosed casing with the snaps already built in.
Oh, nice.
The snaps are already built in, folks. So that is really, really nice, isn't it?
Oh, no kidding. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about
Kimberbell
that.
makes it so easy to have fun with our blanks.
Yeah. And to think that you would put a scarf on a dog.
Yeah. I think I might have to bring my little Millie in next month.
I understand you have a new little puppy.
Well, that little puppy isn't so little because we just got a lab too, a yellow lab. I know, we're kind of dog people, and we just love our pets.
I do.
They
I
become
am
our family,
definitely
right?
a dog. Yes.
So we have Millie, who's our little Yorkie.
Okay.
Okay. And then we have Buddy, who is our lab, and he's the puppy.
Oh, okay.
He's the puppy, but he's big.
Yes, my daughter has labs, and yes, they can. And yellow labs are
so
just
sweet.
Gorgeous.
Oh, so sweet.
They are good. They are really good dogs.
So
I have a little dachshund.
Yeah.
But she's 12.
But
I have a dachshund, a miniature dachshund.
So you would have to get like the extra small, right?
Right. Yeah.
Cut it down to extra small.
Yeah, I would.
So I can see embroidering their names on it as well.
Oh,
but how cute! You had me at Wolf and you had me at Meow. I mean, it just doesn't get any cuter, guys.
No.
So Kathy has put the link on there if you want to get your blank. The blanks will be shipped out here in probably a week or two. We haven't received them yet from Kimberbell, but they are. That sound means we're finished embroidering.
We are done embroidering.
So you can purchase the blank. The design will not come to you until August 1st, okay, and that will be sent to you by email. And then, what else was I going to say about that? There is not a go with it kit. Someone was asking earlier, are there go with it kits for the August? We did not do a go with it kit because it's so small. What you need is so small. It's a little bit of leather and some fabric.
Okay.
But it's so small that we said, you know what? Do your 15% off on leather today if you're wanting to do that. Yeah. And you can get your leather and you probably have scraps of fabric. So this next month there is not there's just not a go with it kit. It's just the pet kerchiefs. Again, there are 2 pet kerchiefs that come in one package. Okay?
Okay.
All
perfect.
right.
There are just a few little jump stitches that are missed here, so I'm just going to do a little demonstration on these little fine tip tweezers that Kimberbell has, and they're so nice because you can just kind of get under there and you just slide that up, and it pops it, cuts it there, and then you can take and pull that up and cut it with your snips. There was a few just here and there that I noticed,
especially between the little filled stitches.
That just works so nice that you can just get that under there.
Definitely.
Pop that over, turn that a little bit. It has a little bit of a sharp edge right there, and it just is so nice. These are awesome.
Yeah, they really
So
are.
anyway,
Yeah, so you're gonna trim all that up, and then you can pull this away, okay? And you can actually, you know, I like to just kind of pull on it like this.
okay, because you're going to show us how to save
I am.
on
I'm going to show you how to
stabilizer.
save on some stabilizer, guys.
Okay.
So let's, you can see that's being pulled away. Okay, I know that sticky back can be expensive. And so oftentimes what I'll do, okay, you can see the back here. Looks beautiful. There's the front. Love that. Tana says this design would be cute on a tea towel. I totally agree.
Oh, I so agree on that one, Tana.
But let's take a look at that. If I were to take this out and re-hoop new stabilizer, I would have to get a huge, large piece. But what I like to do is I will take a smaller piece of stabilizer, if it's the sticky back, and I'll place it over top. So I've got a couple pictures to show you of this. One of the things that for me was I was on my Solaris, but I didn't have an 8x12 hoop. So let's show just the one with the hole. Okay, so what I did, you can take a look here. I had the larger hoop and I thought, oh my goodness, I'm gonna just waste so much stabilizer, right? And so instead, what I did was I cut mine out, and so you can see the hole. Is that showing up? Yeah. Okay. Okay, perfect. So you can see the hole right there, and I just cut it out that way, but the sticky back is still on there. Okay, can everyone understand what's
still hooped.
happening here? Everything is still hooped. I have not removed the stabilizer from my hoop. I just kept it intact right there. There's the hole where I removed it. You can see on top of my green cutting mat, right? Okay, so then I took a smaller piece. Let's go to the next picture. And you can see that I have my, let's see, how do I explain this? I brought my hoop up towards the camera, so it looks like that piece is smaller, but it's gonna fit that hole.
Oh, so you brought the up like this.
Uh-huh,
okay.
I did. So it looks like the piece on the bottom is smaller. So what I did was I took off the paper. I removed the backing, so I just have the sticker there. But can you see how much stabilizer I saved by doing this way?
Oh, no kidding.
A lot by doing it this way.
That's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
I never even thought about doing that.
Yeah, yeah. And then let's go to the next slide, where finally you can see
where I
placed it. Again, this works really well with a sticky back. Sometimes you can do that. You can piece things together with a sewing machine, even like on a tearaway or a cutaway if you're trying to save. But this is just the one way that I hope, gives you a good idea of what you can do to be able to save. Okay, again, you can see that my square piece covers over the entire circle, but notice how much stabilizer I saved by doing it this way. And so where this pillow, you're gonna now do the second flower design. This is now the perfect way to do it. Phyllis asked, did I put it on top or bottom? I put it on the bottom, Phyllis, and it just stuck right to it.
Yeah,
okay.
You just flip that hoop over and cut a piece that would fit
Yep.
right there, and then put that on top of that, and it would just totally save
a ton of stabilizer there, right?
Let's see, this might help there.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you can cut that piece.
Yeah, so I'll usually just take some scissors and just round it out a little bit better. And then I take my square piece of stabilizer and just place that on there. Okay. All right.
That's
Yay.
great.
Melinda said she just put names on towels. Wish she would have thought about this. She's excited to try it.
Yeah.
It works well. It works well, and it saves you some money. Okay. let's see, what other questions do we have? This was a little bit longer today. We had a lot to go over, didn't we?
We did. But going over the tiles and everything, that's really helped. But yeah. So
Alice said, great tip. Thanks for giving us permission to do that. I always wondered if it was okay. Yeah, it's okay, my friends. It is okay. Now, I mean, I don't do it on everything. I will tell you, if I had a very stitch intensive design, I would not do it on that.
Okay.
I want to have absolute perfect stabilizer, just fine. But this, where it was an applique, you know, you don't have a lot of filled stitches, it worked just fine.
It would work
and
great.
So I did it on the second one. So now what you're going to do is you'll put your hoop back into the machine. You'll do your crosshairs of your 4x4, and then you now are moving to side A. And it tells you again, and it shows you the picture exactly where you line it up and where you fold it. You place it down, and then you just do the same thing over again.
Start all over again.
We just did.
Yep. Just do it again.
And it's beautiful, right? And then to finish it off, you're just going to sew your buttons on. You have these cute little yellow buttons. We've included those in your Go With It kits. So you'll find them there. There's some solid yellow, and then there's gingham yellow, which is super cute, right?
Really cute.
Absolutely. And then once those are sewn on, you just stitch up 3 sides. Make sure you keep your zipper side open.
So you can turn
it. Open up your zipper side. Sew your other 3 sides. I just use the edge of my presser foot as my guide.
Yeah,
and
I do too.
Do you want to be real right now? Do you want me to be real? I'm gonna let you in on a little secret of what's inside my pillow.
I know. I saw that.
I didn't have stuffing at home. This is what you have to do sometimes. I didn't have any stuffing at home, and I can't wait for the Kimberbell to have their pillow forms. But guess what you're gonna find in here? I should have put a pack of M&Ms or something, but they're towels. They're hand towels from home. So that's what it's actually a nice weight.
Yeah, it is actually. When I first lifted it, I thought, oh my goodness, what did she use in there? So I opened it up to look.
There you go. There you have it, folks.
So yeah.
There you have it. There's hand towels in there, and it actually looks great.
Well, it gives it some weight. So especially like with you putting it on your porch. You want it, if the wind came up and blew it away, you want to have a little bit of weight.
True. It gets really windy where I'm at, and things blow off. So, but this puppy did not blow off. So, can we get a little more up close of these yellow buttons, real quick?
Does it help if we go like?
Yeah, Vicki, they are going to have a pillow form available, but they are not there yet.
There you go.
It's the great shipping delay issue. So, but I know that they are coming out with them.
So there's your gingham and a solid yellow button.
So cute. And heck, if you wanted to hot glue those puppies, you could.
Oh, you bet. Yeah.
I've been known to do that a time or two as well. So, all right, guys. Yeah, Heidi says a new storage method. Exactly. It works. So, all right. Well, we hope you have enjoyed Embroidery Club today. Come on over here with me, my friend.
Okay.
And we hope you've learned something new. We are loving this blank, and it's not too late to get one. You can purchase them on our website. Purchase the blank. The designs will come for free. It will come in your download for this month. Okay, that's the way the fill in the blank program works.
Nice. It's so nice.
Yeah. If there are any quality issues with the blank, there were some blanks that went out that had some quality issues. Kimberbell is going to take care of that for you. They'll send you a new one. So you just let our customer service department know. Give us a call. And most of them, I haven't had any issues with my blanks.
I didn't.
That I saw. But
with the couple that I've had, I didn't.
I know there was a batch out there that had some issues with it not, there were just some quilting issues.
Yeah.
And there was a couple stains. And we don't want that, and Kimberbell certainly doesn't want that either. So they stand behind their products. They will take care of it, no questions asked. If you have if you were one of the lucky ones,
yes,
right, lucky, that had any issues, we'll take care of it for you, because Kimberbell will take care of it for you. Yeah. And that's so nice, right? Yeah. So just let us know, let customer care know, and you can reach us. Just send an email, info@mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. Make sure shop is 2 P's and an E, and we'll get you taken care of. Okay. Let's see, any other questions before we head off?
I think we're good.
I think we're good. So for those of you doing the sewing version, stick around, because at 11 o'clock here in just like 5 minutes, holy cow.
I know. Yep.
It's sewing time.
Yep, Lisa's pushing us here,
yeah.
so we got to get it out.
I
will be back.
Yeah,
yep, I will be back.
Lisa and Sandra will be doing the sewing version at 11 o'clock. So again, don't forget to use your coupon code today, Embroidery15, for 15% off of any embroidery out there. It does not include events or the clear blue tiles. What else?
Or fill in the blank.
Or fill in the blank. But everything else, and there's a lot out there.
There's a lot out there.
You can do it on the scissors. You can do it on the CDs, everything. So,
yep. Yep.
All right, guys.
So just have fun. Go shopping.
Yeah. Have a great day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Okay.